Good afternoon, hockey fans, and welcome to the Centennial Sports Arena, where today the regular season concludes for the Cougars boys hockey team. At 13-3-1, they host an Andover Huskies team that is 14-2-1. John Haddon, glad to be with you, along with our entire North Metro TV crew, for today's matchup. Andover won the meeting earlier this season 6-3 at home. That was back on February 6th when Shifsky and Law scored a pair of goals each and had 2 assists. It's a rare loss for the Cougars, as we said, 13-3-1. In fact, these two teams have combined for 5 losses all season. 4 of those 5 losses have come to Maple Grove, and 1 came against each other. And so now they get a rematch here in today's game. Andover, the good news for them is, well, 1, they won that first matchup, and 2, they don't have to play the other team that got wins against these two squads this season, because in the section tournament, the Huskies play in Section 7, the Cougars play in Section 5, just like Maple Grove. Puck is dropped, gold and black for the Huskies. They win it and move it left to right. White and gray for the Cougars, who move it along the near side board. This Cougar team riding a 6-game winning streak into today's matchup. Shot goes wide on the first attempt by Loven Gravik. Gravik then has it bounced all the way to the other end of the ice, swatted at it by Newpower, and then ends up behind the cage. Puck played forward and taken on the move by Shifsky. Shifsky going in on Korkowski, takes the shot off Korkowski's leg. Back towards Shifsky, no, couldn't get it. Centering pass knocked around a couple of times. Good work defensively there by Wistersill. Puck ends up in the slot, poked out to the blue line, held up there by Kyle Law. Law looking to go around the defender, drives on Newpower, takes a shot wide, bounces onto the far boards. Andover doing a nice job controlling the puck early, looking for a hard angle shot. Instead, we get a whistle and a stoppage in play. Comes with 16:08 remaining here in the first period. And just the net moving behind Leo Troji, the 5'9 senior, 8-3-1 with a 3.17 goals against average and an 8.79 save percentage this season. He's gotten the bulk of the playing time, about 2/3, with Jack Fuller, the junior, getting the rest. Here's a shot on and a save by Troji. So again, a couple shots early from Andover as Centennial back on their heels. This is a Cougar team that does not get outshot often. They're outshooting their opponents by an average of 15 shots on goal per game. But they were outshot the last time around against Andover, 31-20. And we're seeing signs of that early on here. Hoylo passing the puck forward, tapped ahead. This is Bartle. Bartle's been on a hot streak in the second half of the season. Here is shot knocked down by Kyle Law, and it works around the boards to the far side. Looking to play it up. Huskies moving with speed, dump it into the offensive end. Upended is Ethan Lindahl, the senior forward. This puck moved forward by the Cougars, intercepted by the Huskies, pushed softly towards Troji. He touches it off to Everson. Everson stops on a dime looking for options. He'll bounce it off the boards right to the Huskies. They've got numbers. Take a shot, save, gloved it. Troji able to snag that one out of the air after a rough outlet attempt by his defenseman. And so we are spending some serious time down here. I told you what the Cougars do against everyone else. This is a Husky team that also outshoots their opponent by 22 shots per game. 44 shots on goal as opposed to just 22 allowed. So both these teams normally have that edge, and so far it's the Huskies who have it here today, just like the first meeting. Shots on goal 2-0. But puck possession, time in a particular zone. We've been on this end of the ice. It's like the whole thing's tilted here in the first couple of minutes. Huskies play it out to the blue line. Taken to the back boards. This is Wistersill on the near side. Has Anderson in front of him, sends it long. That one didn't touch anyone. Icing is called, and the faceoff's coming right back to the other end. So we've seen the Huskies plenty during this 6-game winning streak. Got to see both games against Blaine and the matchup against Totino Grace. First matchup against Blaine, we thought might be even. It was not. Lopsided affair. Centennial wins big. Then we watched them dismantle Totino Grace in the opening period, hold on for 2 more periods for a convincing win. Second time around against Blaine, trailing into the third, They score 4 unanswered goals to win 5-3. Here, backhander. That one goes wide, and again, the net comes loose. So what we saw in the matchup against Latino Greats for Centennial was a first period that was outstanding. The kind of hockey that if they played for 3 periods, you would think they could play anybody. And the same thing happened against Blaine in the 3rd period, the last time we saw them. Penalty against the Huskies during that last series. Garrett Shifsky going to the box, just the 2nd time all season for the captain, who leads his team with 20 goals and is 2nd with 26 assists. Those 46 points lead the team as well. And right now today for the Cougars, the way they've played against these Huskies in the first couple of minutes, this is not one of those red-hot periods. Doesn't mean they can't turn it around. We got a lot of time left, but they have been on their heels. This power play might be the chance they're looking for. Both these teams are dynamite on the power play. Shifsky after the cross-checking call, watching as the Cougars set it up. Get it out to the blue line. Lemaire holds it in just barely. Over to Bartle. Bartle snaps off a shot. Stopped in front. Played into the corner. Bartle battling for it. Has support there. A.J. Carls back out to the blue line. Lemaire. Send it across. New Power loses control. Thompson tries to give it back to him. Puck poked into the circle and shot out of there. Cleared down the ice by Ethan Lindahl. For the Cougars this season, 42% on the power play. They've converted 24 of their 57 tries. The Huskies on the other side, 85% on penalty kill, allowing just 6 goals in 39 penalty tries coming, or penalty kill opportunities coming into this one. New Power has it with a minute to go on the power play. Puck played into the corner, now bounced out off of a couple of Huskies. Gets to Bartle at the blue line. Sent into the circle. Carl turns, shoots. The shot stopped by the goaltender. Nearly cleared and now cleanly cleared, at least out to mid-ice. Bartle bringing it along the near side boards, breaks the blue line, has New Power with him, hands it off to Carls on his backhand, has trouble handling. Puck swatted out of there, tipped ahead, and now it's a race. Back on it, Troji will play it behind his own net and give it off to his man along the near side boards. Less than 30 seconds to go on the power play, and the puck in the hands of the Huskies. They'll dump it back into the Cougar zone. And that one mishandled by Troji, nearly taken to the front of the net by Parker Norling. Didn't have the opportunity he wanted, and it's pushed to the far side boards. 10 seconds left on the power play. Puck settled down by pass. Brody gives it off, now sent forward into the offensive zone. Everson with a shot, that one deflects up into the netting as the penalty was expiring. So we'll get a face-off inside the Andover zone, full strength for both sides. Couple of shots, no doubt about that, for the Cougars, but nothing that went in, and we are scoreless with 12:26 to go here in the first period. Both these teams average around 6 goals scored per game, but Andover allowing a full goal less per game than the Cougars are this season. And with the way that they are able to control the puck on one end of the ice, no surprise they're out shooting their opponents by drastic margin. No surprise they're allowing so few goals this season. As the puck heads towards the side of the cage, a Cougar heads into the post. And that knocks it loose and stops play with 12:13 to go here in the first period. The other thing that the Huskies have coming into today is the Cougars' number. The last 3 seasons prior to this one, they have swept the season series. That means it's 7 straight victories and for the Huskies in the head-to-head. Puck centered, but taken away by Andover. Huskies move it up with Shifsky, giving it off to his right. Centering pass goes all the way across to the far side boards. Everson owns it, plays it behind, now down to New Power. New Power, able to get that out of the zone, but not much more. Picked up at mid-ice by Knox. Weston Knox dumps it into the zone and chases himself. Hoylo trying to cut him off behind the goal. Puck played into the corner. Hoylo tapping it along the boards. And it is finally given back to Hoylo. He'll send it forward. Up ahead is Carls. Carls to the net. Shot saved. Backhand try on the rebound. That stopped as well. Both Carls and New Power had a chance at it. There was a stick up in the armpit on the first try from Carls that definitely hindered his ability on the shot. So that's the best opportunity the Cougars have had, and really the first rush chance they've had in this game. Shots on goal now 6-2. So things have carried over somewhat from the power play for the Cougars. Able to generate more chances when they had 4 on that power play. They've had 2 since on that last rush. Puck played down to the near side boards. Taken on the run by Lindahl. He'll bring it into the offensive zone. Troji moving it aside. Troji's been very active today. Touched the puck as much in this first period as I remember any game that we've covered for Centennial in the last couple of weeks. Wister still ahead to pass, gives it over. That one for Van Tassel, and he couldn't connect. Slowed down, now given to Davis Goman. Tries to get in tight, and he'll put a shot on Troji. Makes the save with 10:49 to go in the first period. Still scoreless hockey between these two teams. One of the other things that jumps out about this Husky team that I didn't mention when Shinsky went to the penalty box is coming into today, they had just 88 penalty minutes. Compare that with the Cougars' 154. 100 to 150, that's fairly normal territory for a team in a high school season. And Andover has not hit the century mark yet. Very disciplined in that way. Puck to the blue line, shot and a pad save made on the Kyle Law try. Law has 8 goals this season. Cougars trying to flip it forward, taken away. This is Hoylo back on it. Fighting at the blue line, chipped at. Weston knocks, dumps it into the zone. Troji off to play it again. Is he taking this upon himself, or was this the game plan coming in to have Troji handle the puck as much as he has? This puck turned over, and Newpower trying to burst ahead. Cannot get around Kyle Law. So Law, who had the mishandle there, then really recovered well. Newpower battling that time with Gavin Thorson. Thorson's put up great numbers this season. Newpower dumps it into the zone. There was a Thorson on this Husky team. He is gone, one of the top 6 scorers that did not return. However, the younger Thorson, Gavin, a sophomore, 9 goals, 32 assists. Most helpers on the squad. Bouncing puck ends up in the Andover bench. Clock stops with 9:41 to go in this opening period. Still scoreless. And it has been some time since we've had an Andover shot on goal. So the Cougars have made this feel like a more even game. Don't have that lopsided feel to the ice. Huskies work it down to the near side. Colts playing it forward. This is Norling into the offensive zone. Run off the puck, trying to support with Swenson. This puck sent forward will carry all the way to the other end. Icing goes against the Cougars. So we've talked a lot about the Cougars' offense starting to generate itself here. The player that has shut down all 6 of their tries is Will Larson on the other side of the ice. The senior 11-2-1 with a 2 even goals against average and a .916 save percentage. Stellar numbers for that young man. Off the draw, the Cougars win it, play it out to neutral ice. Out of the reach of Anderson, and now picked up by Wistersill on the move. He and Blair get into the offensive zone. Wistersill knocked off the puck, poked away by the Huskies. They clear it out. This one going too long. Icing call against Andover, and we'll get a draw right in front of Will Larson. So is it a surprise or is it not a surprise that the Huskies are this good? Again, their top 6 scorers from a year ago gone, but this is a team that went 26-4, won the consolation championship in their first trip to state last year after dropping in the quarterfinals by 1 goal to St. Thomas Academy. Bodies and sticks flying. The puck ends up in the near side corner of the Cougars zone. Cougars back on it. Korkowski to Lemaire, played ahead, and this one gets out to neutral ice. Picked up there by Knox. Now a rolling puck heads towards the near side boards. Tapped forward nicely by Cooper Conway. The sophomore gives chase to the back boards. The puck ahead of him and played off the half wall. Here comes Centennial. Can't get it out of the zone. Quick poke there, nicely done by Gavin Thorson. Shot on and a blocker save made by Troji. Puck stays in the circle. Now up to the near side, Bartle. Bartle trying to go around the defender. Gets worked off. Van Tassel trying to feed it forward to him. Ends up on the back boards. Most of the Cougars changing right now, so nothing else develops. This puck bounces too long. Cougars watch it. Karen to the other end, and with that, we get an icing call against Andover. So with those top 6 gone, it's Garrett Shifsky, who was the returning stud for the Huskies, had 19 goals, 8 assists in the regular season a year ago. This regular season, 20 goals and 26 assists, as I mentioned earlier. So he has blossomed with some of those guys gone. This puck played too far forward. Nope. It was clean. They wave off the icing. Cougars pick it up in their own end, try to move it out. Forecheck too much. Here, puck towards the front of the net. Shot. Goal! Goal scored by Andover's Garrett Shifsky. It's his 21st of the season. So an even strength goal makes it 1-0 Andover with 7 minutes and 51 seconds to go here in the first period. Off the draw at neutral ice, one back by the Huskies. Shots on goal dead even, but the scoreboard in favor of the Huskies, who come on the attack. Quick pass across, never found a home on the other side. Now a shot from the blue line, stopped in front thanks to the legs of Connor Thompson. Puck play to the far boards. Cougars able to tip it out of the zone. So Thorson given the goal, the assist, along with Gravink, his 11th assist, 33rd for Thorson this season. Huskies enter the offensive zone once again. Cougars around to the far side, now have to play it back behind their cage. The continual pressure from this Andover team, very tough. Puck played to the near side boards. Andover leaves it out to the blue line for Colts. He hands it off near side. Now to the top of the slot, trying to charge in a bit with Cotter. Then he holds on. This shot ends up behind the net and played to the near side corner, poked up to the blue line. Colts again, resetting, hands it off. Now a pass across right from the middle and a shot that goes off the stick and flutters into the netting above the goal. Stops play with 6:27 to go here in the first period. Troji under some duress. And Troji did not start the last game for the Cougars. That was Jack Fuller, who has very strong numbers this season, gotten more and more playing time. And it's been fairly consistent, every 3 games or so, but he did have a little stretch where he played 3 in a row and did quite well for himself. So now it's Troji who is really having to battle to keep his crease clear. This shot goes off the back of the net, still controlled by the Huskies. They leave it up to the blue line. Puck played into that far corner, down to the near side, centering pass intercepted, and this one played ahead for Bartle. Bartle racing after it. The defender back, fell down along the way. Weston Knox used that to his advantage, kind of screen off Bartle. Bartle played this one back to the blue line, and that one will be picked up by Troji. Troji handing it off. This is Lemant to the near side, out of the reach of Hoylo. Huskies couldn't take advantage initially. Now they have control in their own end. Cross-ice pass deflected off a skate, waiting on it and able to get it in onside was Davis Goldman. Into the Cougar near side corner. Puck brought towards the front of the net and knocked down along the way was Lindahl. So we go the other direction. Bartle against everyone. Bartle splits the defense and he falls down as he heads towards the goal, losing control. Backing him up is Connor Thompson, now played to the blue line for Wistersill. Wistersill sends it underneath for Thompson. Gets past him. Everson pinches into the near side boards. He picks it up off the half wall. Plays it out to the far side. Newpower out of his reach. It would have been on his backhand. Newpower gathers it, takes the shot. This one flutters into the netting. And we stop play for a face-off. Draw coming to the glove side of Will Larson. Off the draw, play to the back wall. Down to the near side. Andover moving it up the far side. Spinning around, Everson lost control only when Blair got in his way. Then it's taken away, whiffing on the shot. Backhanded pass gets it into the crease. Pad save made. Now another try for the Huskies. All sorts of opportunities. Troji able to shut him down. Blair off to Wistersill. They carry into the offensive zone. Wistersill puts it towards the net. And now it's covered up by Will Larson. Not sure if that made it into the pads or the side of the net initially against Larson. So the Cougars coming on the charge once more, trying to equalize here in the opening period. 4:18 left in this first. Off the glove side draw, won by the Cougars. Newpower with a quick wrister that misses wide to the near side. Puck picked up by Andover. Moving it out was Gavin Thorson. Now pushed ahead, and a shot by Shifsky deflects to the far wall. Into the corner, we've got a delayed penalty coming up against the Cougars. 4:02 remaining here in this first period. Looks like Korkowski, the guilty party. High stick. So he sits for 2. Korkowski, 14 penalty minutes coming into today's action. And with that penalty, he now has the 3rd most minutes on the team. First opportunity for Andover on the power play. I mentioned they are good. They are very, very good. 37% on the power play. That just goes to show exactly how good the Cougars are, because the Cougars were above 40%, which is ridiculous numbers. The Cougars have scored a power play goal in like all 6 of their games during the winning streak. Yeah, 6 straight games. Right now, it's the Huskies try, though. Kyle Law leaves it out to the blue line for Knox. Air shot deflected wide. Another centering attempt goes off the side of the cage, pushed into the corner. Law gets to it there, plays it up towards the blue line, held in by Thorson. Thorson hands it off. Shifsky coming in, takes the wrister. Hoylo got a stick on that one to shut it down. Now Hoylo knocks down a man in front of the net, and it's cleared softly to the other end by the Cougars. Minute gone on the power play. Cougar penalty kill 82%. They've allowed 9 goals in 50 penalty kill opportunities this season. Huskies trying to get it up, having some trouble, feeling some physicality from the Cougars now, and that's slowing things up. Cougars gain control of the puck. Pass. Will play it to the other end. Nicely done. Got the top of the glass and sends it all the way to the clear. Huskies recover, and they start up ice with 30 seconds left on the power play. Puck moved down to the near side, taken by Colt. He gives it forward. This pass out of the reach of the intended target, and that makes it an icing. So far, so good for the Cougars' penalty kill as they try not to let this game get any further out of their reach. Just trailing by 1. In what has been a hard-fought game between these two squads. And the hard-fought part is good in my mind. You want to be playing at a high level going into the postseason, which is coming up next week. Thursday night, the quarterfinals for Section 5-2A will be happening. And this game for both of these teams, and I'm not an expert on the bracketology of the district tournaments, the sections, excuse me. And so what I would say is, in what I saw in those standings, as the penalty comes to a close, 2 minutes left in the first period, is that I don't see a huge shift regardless of how this game turns out. I think the Cougars are still probably the number 2 seed behind Maple Grove in the section tournament. And I think Andover is still at the top of Section 7-2A South. Andover, if they were to lose today, right? So no shakeups, win or lose, is my guess. But you wanted to see a competitive game between a 13-win squad and a 14-win squad here in the first period. You've gotten that. Andover in their own end, feeling some pressure from the Cougars. Now the Huskies head up ice. Get around one defender. Centennial collapsing, trying to recover. Centering pass. That one knifed out of there. Now pushed into the pads. It never went in. Ends up on the side of the cage. Aggressive play for Gavin Thorson as he fought for his 10th goal of the season. We're also seeing some aggressiveness after the whistle, which, to a point, shows the intensity. You don't want that intensity to boil over where guys start fighting and getting penalties and whatnot. But there is intensity in this building on a Saturday afternoon. 1:10 remaining here in the first period. Glove side draw in front of Troji. Puck one back to Kyle Law. He tries a wrister, deflected. That one knocked down. This shot goes wide. Lindahl deflected it, knocked it down right in front, and then took the shot himself from a little tighter. He missed wide on that try. Now he battles for the puck on the backboard. Lemaire fighting to get a hold of it as well. Puck brought out for a moment, now bounced off the boards and trickles into neutral ice. 45 seconds to go left to go in the period. Puck knocked down in to the Cougars zone. Sent forward by the Cougars to Newpower. They'll give it to Carls into the offensive zone. He taps it forward, looking for support. Wasn't there, and a bouncing puck the other way. Everson off to Lemaire. Under 30 seconds to go in the period. This puck given to Carls. Again, loses it after crossing the blue line. Shifsky can't get past Thompson initially. Puck out towards the far side boards. Everson dances around a defender. Puck pops up. Everson trying to steal it back from Thorson. Now we go the other direction. Shifsky along the near side boards. 10 seconds left as this shot goes wide. A man goes down hard, and we get a penalty with 5 seconds left. Looks like this one is going against the Cougars. The hooking call, I believe. That's what caused the collision into the cage. It's A.J. Carls taking a seat. It is a hooking call on Carls. For A.J., well, he came into the day tied with Korkowski for penalty minutes, and he will add more and be tied with Korkowski once again. There's company in that penalty box. It's Carls and Everson, each with a penalty. So you're looking at a 5-on-3 for 5 seconds to end the period, and then it will wrap around to the start of the second. Off the draw, played towards the corner. This puck given to the front, backhanded try, save made, and the period comes to a close. That's an uncomfortable 5 seconds for the Cougars, and they have another minute 55 to deal with that at the start of the second. Centennial trails 1-0. They'll be down 2 skaters when we start the second period after this on North Metro TV.
20 seconds, just like Elmo.
One period in the books, 2 to go, and the team's back on the ice getting ready for the start of the second. First period, a goal by Shifsky makes it 1-0 about midway through that first. Assists on the score by Thorson and Graving. Andover outshot Centennial 10-7. And in some ways for the Cougars, that's the good news. They're down by only 1 goal. The bad news is there were 2 penalties charged to one to Carls and one to Everson at the tail end of that period. So there's a minute 55 left of power play, 5-on-3 power play time for Andover to work with to try and extend the lead. Not the way that the Cougars wanted to come out, and you wonder how much of that first intermission was spent talking just about these 2 minutes. Good news for the Cougars is the faceoff will start at center ice. And see what they can do on this draw to maybe delay an attack from Andover. Bartle against Shifsky. Played forward by Bartle, and he just bats it into the Andover zone. That seemed like it was by design. Whether it was his plan or he was instructed to do it, it worked well. Shifsky skates with speed up the near side boards. Wraps around the backside of the cage, tries to leave it, but there's nobody home up at the blue line. Just barely kept in. Oh, wow, what a recovery that time by Thorson. Here, shot, goal! Shifsky with his second of the day, and it's 2-0. We'll go to 5-on-4 hockey as Carls comes out of the penalty box. It did not take long. Remember, Shifsky flew into the zone. Didn't get the score right away, but it's held in at the blue line. And what a play to hold it in by Thorson at the blue line. It leads to Shifsky scoring moments later. That goal coming with 16:36 to play here in the second period. Now a conversation going on at the Cougar bench. For Shifsky, it is his 10th power play goal of the season. Far and away the leader for this Huskies. In fact, the rest of the team has a combined 11 power play goals. Here, shot, goal, another one, Shifsky, a hat trick. And we're less than a minute in to the second period. Power play score makes it 3-0. He just makes it look easy. Went to the front of the net. Troji really came out of the net that time quite a bit. Seconds apart on the latest Shifsky goals. And again, his hat trick has given him 23 goals this season. Well, didn't want to be right about being down 1-0 being the best part of that period, that first period, because how tough it was going to be to start this second. So that's exactly what happened. This potent power play unit has done it again. Law and Lindahl get the assist on that latest goal. This is Hudson Zinda into the offensive zone. Zinda has his shot deflected, knocked down between the circles, grabbed by the Cougars after some physicality. Pass to neutral ice. Brings it up the far side boards into the Andover zone. Huskies pushed off the puck. Bartle dumps it back into the Andover zone. Andover controlling once more. Slowing it down from behind their own net. This is Mason Cotter. Cotter just holding it. No rush at all here. Finally starts it up ice. Has a little trouble. Newpower slipped up on his way to the puck. And it's gathered and brought in by Logan Grevin. Here, pass across. Missing on this shot was Thorson. He recovers, passes it back into the corner. Shifsky gains control. Shifsky has had a hat trick prior this season. He has not scored more than 3 goals. Only one player has scored more than 3 goals in a game for Andover this season. That was Lindahl, who had 5 earlier this year. That was in the 3rd game of the season, a 9-1 win against Coon Rapids. Here, pass to the middle, and it's finally taken away. A.J. Carls carries into the offensive end, trying to go around the defender. Controls in the corner. Centering pass, he got it to Newpower, but the shot wasn't there. Tipped away by a defender. Puck dumped into the offensive zone by Lindahl. Played out to the far side boards. Newpower has it. Stops, trying to get Lindahl off him. Passes over to Thompson. Up to Newpower again, and held in the zone for the moment. Wistersill, Newpower, tipped back in by the Huskies. Thompson tried to leave it back, taken away by Andover. Cooper Conway with Wistersill all over him. Now left out to the blue line. Law to Knox. He'll take a shot. Pad save made through traffic. Second opportunity off the pads. Now his shot goes into bodies in front. That traffic halting things on the 3rd try. Back out to the blue line. Risker from there, looking for a deflection in front. Doesn't happen. Bouncing puck. Trojan on his backside as his teammates carry it out of the zone. Carls up those near side boards, has it taken away, and Lindahl into the offensive zone. Handed back. Conway slides it over. Making a move. Law towards the net. Shot and a pad save made. That one came from right between the circles. But good vision by Trojan through the traffic. Wistersill up those far side boards. Puck finally knocked out to neutral ice and pushed right back into the Cougar zone. Cougars on their heels, much the way they were in the first couple of minutes of the first period. The difference here is those couple of minutes here in the second, devastating with the 2 goals, 1 5-on-3, 1 5-on-4. So the penalties near the end of the first were fruitful for the Andover Huskies. Hoylo giving it forward. Got it to Blair. He carries into the offensive zone. Now out of the net, Larson makes a play on the puck. First time we've seen him do something like that today. Puck played up to the blue line. Korkowski tries a shot. Goes off a leg. Gathered in again by Parkinson. Parkinson from the corner. Bounces it up to Korkowski. He'll risk the shot. That one right into the body. Ramirez was in front trying to chop at it. But able to hold on is Larson, and the play stops with 12:26 to go in the second period. 3-0. Andover on top. So we talked about them being at 37% for the power play. They've scored 2 power play goals today. So they're closer to 40%, maybe a little above that actually. Remember, the Cougars came in at 42% on 57 tries. Here, puck brought towards the front of the net. Shot on a backhanded try, won't go. Troji waiting, now shot, goal! It's Shifsky again. All 4 goals today scored by number 17, Garrett Shifsky, 24 on the season. Took off his glove to count them. In case any was wondering, it's a 4-0 lead, Shifsky against Centennial. So new season high for Shifsky in goals in a single game. And Troji comes out. In net is Jack Fuller. Again, Fuller, outstanding numbers this season. He comes in to not an easy situation. He can't do much about the goals being scored, but his Andover team has been very tough, and he now has to face them. Here's a save made. Gravink and Thorson given the assists again. Lemaire couldn't hold that one at the blue line, tries to give it forward for pass. Now puck ends up in the Cougar zone. Lemaire back on it. Over to Bartle. Bartle's got help to the left. He carries it in himself. Now cuts towards the middle. Bartle gets in tight, takes the shot, misses on the wrister. That one carries deep out towards neutral and in to the Cougar zone. Hoylo had a little trouble with it. Now plays it up. Feed forward for Bartle. Bartle and Carl side by side. Break the blue line. Feed it touch ahead to Carls as Bartle left the ice. Korkowski tries to dump it in. Taken away and pushed up the ice by Andover. That pass going too long and results in an icing. 10:54 remaining in the period. Again, Fuller on after the last goal for Shifsky and the Huskies. Getting himself settled. And if you're Fuller, a strong second half to this game, the only half he's going to play, but a strong second half to this game could build him some confidence going into the postseason, because who knows where Troji's head is at after a rough day against a very good Andover team. Let's not pretend that Garrett Shifsky and Andover haven't done this to just about everybody else they faced this season. But when you compare this to the 6-3 game the last time these two teams met, already the Cougars down by more goals. We've got a long ways to go. This puck taken away, shot, and Fuller gets on that one to make a save. Puck tapped out towards the blue line. Wrister goes wide on the quick attempt by Cotter. Trying to feed it forward, the Huskies. Get it into the far circle. Brought around, backhanded try, and that one caught up by Hoylo. Hoylo is just so much fun to watch defensively. Puck played up along the near side, taken away by Andover. They will not let it out of the zone. Hoylo battling tough. Puck down to the near side. And left off to the blue line. Here a shot, and Blair gets his stick to stop that one. Given right back to Tristan May. He tries a shot. Gave him into traffic. Now a save made, and it's covered up by Fuller. 17-10 shots on goal in favor of the Huskies, and Fuller now starting to feel some of that coming his way after checking in. 9:43 remaining in this second period. So again, Fuller did start the last game for these Cougars, a 4-1 win against Elk River Zimmerman. And after playing in the loss to Maple Grove, he did get the first 2 wins of this winning streak for the Cougars, 6 in a row, from Champlin Park and Blaine. Here, shot, and another goal for the Huskies. This time they beat Fuller. The score for Tristan May. And May came in off the bench, and he was hungry. He was shooting, no doubt about it. May with his second goal of the season, the sophomore, stepping up. That goal coming with 9:39 remaining here in the second period. It is a 5-0 Andover lead. And now we get a timeout taken by Centennial. Not something the coach Rich Minnie has had to do often this season, right? Just 3 losses coming into the day. Now the one to Andover we've talked about plenty. The 2 to Maple Grove, also lopsided games, 9-3 and 7-2. And here today, maybe more surprising than those other ones. There's been no doubt from the start of the season to the end of the season that Maple Grove is among the class of the class here in section 2 or in 2A. But Andover, a very good team, but has been beaten up by Maple Grove as well in the 2 games that they've played against them. So you think if you're Centennial, hey, we've won 6 in a row. We can hang with these guys, and it just has not been the case here today. Troji gets the hook, and Fuller comes in, and he gets scored on in just a matter of minutes as the Andover Huskies continue to roll. 5-0 the score here in the second period. Now again for the Cougars, does this impact their position in Section 5-2A? Probably not. You know, Thursday night they'll be the 2 seed. Who will they play? We don't know. Champlin Park, Spring Lake Park, Osseo, all 3 of those teams are kind of in the mix for the 7th seed down at the bottom of the section standings. And all 3 play today, and they all play on Monday as well. So there could be some shakeups with those 3 who are all within about a game of each other in those standings. And here a shot into the pads and a save made by Will Larson. Stick side draw in front of Larson. Puck taken by the Huskies behind their own net. Moving it forward is Cotter. Cougars trying to push in aggressively. Now moved out to neutral ice. Nicely done, Lindahl into the offensive zone. Had it chopped away by Westersill. He moves along the near side, boards up ahead to A.J. Carls. Carls moves to the middle, breaks the blue line. Carls coming in on the backhand, hands it back, and a shot that ends up wide after deflecting. Back to the front of the net, quick shot off, and that one stopped up. Nice job by Thompson and Westersill working together, but Larson stops them both. And we still have a 0 on the scoreboard for the Cougars. On the draw, Huskies take it to the backboards. Move it up to the far side. Puck popped into the air right in front of the Cougar bench now. And Bartle gets a hold of it. Tried to leave it back. He had Van Tassel in the middle. Van Tassel really didn't have a shot at here. Great speed coming on from Hudson Zinda. Really challenged the Cougars who were coming back. Bartle passes ahead to Van Tassel. Back towards Bartle. Back to Van Tassel. He takes a shot. Off the side of the net, Bartle from behind, trying to move it to the front. Chopped out of there by Tristan May up to the half wall. Both teams battling it there. 3 representatives for the Cougars, and Bartle the third gets a hold of the puck. Passes off to Hoylo. Feed it back to Bartle. He plays it to the back of the net, tipped off the stick of Pass. Pass and Van Tassel with Bartle all in the corner, and a bunch of Huskies there as well. Everson from the blue line carries it up the boards, looking for some help, hands it off to Bartle. Bartle's been out there a while. He'll take a risk there. That one got deflected by the traffic and carried into the far corner. Huskies moving out to neutral ice. Everson back on it. Cougars come right back in. Everson attacking. Leaves it back. Here a shot. Misses wide for Van Tassel. Cougars faked like they were going to make a change. I think only one man went off, where the Huskies had a bunch of players go off. That's what created the opportunity. Cougars trying to do some trickery to make something happen. It created an opportunity, but not a score. Wistersill from neutral ice carries into the offensive zone. Wistersill centers a shot. And that one got stuck on the traffic. The second attempt goes into the side of the net. 7 minutes to go in this second period. Huskies feeling the pressure from the Cougars, who have been slow to start this period. Of course, they were starting it 5-on-3, or 3-on-5 as it were. They were down 2 men. Puck towards the middle. They were shot. That one sails wide. They had a good open net, and Carls cleared the crossbar. The Cougars what's interesting is they played the song that has been the goal song for the Cougars this season. And there was no goal. Face off just outside the Andover zone as that puck left play. I don't know if they're mixing up the goal songs, but here puck along the near side boards, played out to the far side. And this one pushed forward by the Huskies. Korkowski from behind his own net. Moves it up to Van Tassel, tap forward to Bartle. Bartle able to push it into the offensive zone. Still battling, now up to Pass. Pass takes the shot, and a save made. This one, hard collision on the open ice. Korkowski has it at neutral. He'll dump it into the offensive zone. Bartle along the boards, gives it off to Pass. Puck played towards the front of the net, stolen by the Huskies. Andover charging forward. This is Kyle Law. Law handing it back just out of the reach of Gravik. He recovers. Now this is Bartle with Ramirez and Everson. Bartle to Everson. This shot deflect off the defender. Everson regathers, gives to Bartle. Slides it across for Hoylo. Hoylo's shot into the pads, and a stick got in there as well. You can hear it on the stop by Larson. This shot by Ramirez goes wide. Ramirez has been strong in the latter half of the season. This shot, or excuse me, this puck played to the far end. Icing call against the Huskies. And the Cougars have found something. Can they parlay it into points? Can they get goals on the scoreboard? Can they start a comeback against this so dominant Andover team in the first period and a half? Glove side draw in front of Larson. Puck played to the backboards and collected there by the Huskies' Ryan Colt. Moved out to neutral ice. Everson gives chase. He has it, carries behind the net. Stopped up there, puck to the front, and no one had it for a moment. Settling it down and holding on is Cotter. Plays it to the backboard. Battling Parkinson, trying to rip that away from the Huskies representative Lindahl there. Puck played out towards the blue line, does move into neutral ice. Huskies reset. And they're able to get it into the offensive zone. Puck towards Fuller. He hands it off to his teammate. A little trouble there for Everson, but he gets some support. Tries to play it forward, and this one carries up into the Andover bench. Just 4 minutes and 43 seconds left in this second period, where the Huskies lead 5-0. The draw. Won by the Huskies. They had trouble moving it forward. Now with clean control is Weston Knox. Knox from the near side, sends it into the offensive zone. Nearly got the official there at the head. Collecting the puck, and Grant Polkstead is a goal this season. He loses it to Wistersill. Pass forward, New Power couldn't get a hold of it. It bumped right back in, down to the near side corner. Korkowski from there, carries out. Brings it all ahead himself. Moves into the offensive end behind the net. Circles back. Gives it up to the blue line. Now quick pass over to Carls. Carls holding on. Sends it into the corner for New Power. Touches off his stick. Knox gives chase. He's able to chip it up the ice. Held in at the blue line. This one given to New Power. New Power tries to make a move. Knocked away from him by Knox. Bouncing puck up to the blue line. Kick save to keep it in. And the Cougars will play it into the far corner. New Power moves it back towards the blue line where Thorson intercepts. It's Thorson into neutral ice. He's knocked down. Carries in. 3-on-2. Developing. Here a shot, and that one goes wide on the try by Logan Gravink. Puck off the half wall. Huskies continue to push. They'll dump it in behind the net. Getchivsky, 4 goals today. He plays it up to the blue line. Sent across to May. May gets it in tight. Off a deflection, it gets into Fuller. Rather to Fuller, who makes the save, excuse me. Nice chip in front there to move that puck, but it does get seen and played cleanly by Jack Fuller. 3:08 remaining in this second period. We're going to have to do that draw again, not to the satisfaction of the man in vertical stripes. Off the second stick side try. Okay, that one counts. Huskies win it back. May from the blue line sends the wrister forward, deflected in front. They got a piece of it thanks to Lindahl, but did not beat Fuller. Here a pass to the middle, ends up all the way at the blue line, tipped accidentally by the Huskies to neutral. Puck dumped in. Coilo, first man on it. Has his pocket picked. Here a centering pass, bounces around, ends up with Van Tassel. He had it for a moment. Now Pass able to get it out of there. Back to Van Tassel. Van Tassel will dump it into the zone. From the far side boards. Cougars, nice pass by Bartle. Here a shot on, save made. Van Tassel to the front, can't get a shot off. To back up the try by Pass. Here a puck to the side of the cage, bounces up to Bartle in front. Now quick passing, back in front, it's loose, it's covered up. Now it squirts into the net. How much control did Larson have? Every single player was inside that crease just about. Cougars creating a chance but not getting a score against the senior Larson. 2:11 to go in this second period, still 5-0. Cougars have retaken the lead in shots on goal, 20-19. So they're working out there. They just are not able to get a quality chance to go or enough quality chances. Carls against Shifsky. Off the draw, played out to the far side boards. Bartle gives it back to Lemaire. Here's New Power. New Power down to Thompson on the power play thanks to the roughing call against Andover's Ryan Colt. Cougars looking for their first score of the day. Can it come on the power play? It would be a 7th straight game with a power play goal. Puck back to the blue line. Lemaire controls. Off to New Power. Headed in down low. Thompson with some trouble there. Thompson regains control, comes to the front, takes the shot. That one batted out of there after it was stopped up by the Andover defense. Huskies coming in. Fuller comes way out of the net to play it ahead. Thompson tips it ahead. Bartle into the offensive zone. Knocked down. He'll gain his feet as the puck goes away to the far boards. Carls has it there. Bartle's 6 power play goals lead the squad. New Power has 5. Lots of players with 2 or 3 as this one bounces up. New Power looking for help behind. Instead it's taken away. Under a minute to go on the power play as it's the Huskies who come in offensively. Here, a shot and the save made. Puck played into the far corner. Under a minute to go in the period, 44 seconds to go on the power play. Cougars looking for some kind of scoring here in the second. Lemaire breaks the blue line. Had it taken away, and it's cleared to the other end. Nicely done by the Huskies. Blair comes behind his own net. 25 seconds left on the power play. He leaves it for Van Tassel. Shifsky waiting for Van Tassel. Pinches in as Van Tassel breaks the blue line. Puck taken away, and Huskies clear again. That'll effectively kill off the power play before the Cougars. This mighty power play has not had it going today. And in fact, on this try, barely any shots. Here, puck turned over. Huskies at full strength. They go to the net. Backhanded try, and that one goes wide for Goman. Shifsky gets a hold of it, and he shoots as time expires. The save made by Fuller. No scoring for the Cougars in the second, but 4 goals by the Huskies, including 3 from Shifsky. He has 4 of the 5, and it's 5-0 Andover after 2. We'll pause and then come back for more here on North Metro TV. The visiting Andover Huskies, who are in search of their 15th win of the season. The second period started the same way as the first, with a Shifsky goal. That was followed up by 2 more Shifsky goals. So he's now scored 4 goals today, 2 even strength, 1 5-on-3 and 1 5-on-4 power play. Andover got 1 more about midway through the second from May. No scoring in the second part of the second period. And that's why we have a 5-0 game heading into this third. So, next goal is a big one. And it sounds weird, right? It's a 5-0 game, I understand that. But if you're Centennial and you give up another goal, you fall into running time. It makes it immensely more difficult to make your way back in this game if the clock doesn't stop. So for Centennial, getting that next goal to give them some breathing room from that happening, and also obviously clipping the lead down to just 4 goals is big. What can they bring to the start of this third period? They were a little sluggish to start the first. They were handicapped to start the second. How can they come out to start this third and try to make this a competitive game down the stretch? Both teams onto the freshly resurfaced ice. Carls and Shifsky on the draw at center. One back by Centennial. Korkowski with it. Plays it up the near side. Now this pass intercepted by Shifsky, and he'll dump it into the Cougar zone. Wistersill getting after it. New power in there as well. Shifsky has it once more. He'll bounce it up to Colts at the top. Give it over to the far side. This is Cotter. Sends it towards the net. Ends up in the far corner. Puck tapped out right to Shifsky. He plays it towards the net. This puck into the corner. They were looking for Cooper Conway with the Huskies. Couldn't get it there. Now this puck bounces off the shins of New Power out to neutral. And the puck jumped in. We get a stoppage. There's a roughing call coming with 16:19 remaining in this third period. So a power play chance coming for Andover as Korkowski sits down on the roughing call. Second time he's gone to the box today. Again, this Andover team has already scored 2 power play goals. Can they get their 23rd power play goal of the season? On the face-off, Hoylo gets it up to the blue line, held in by Colts initially. Pass pushing him, and then Hoylo finally sends it to the other end of the ice. Larson leaving it behind the net. With the man advantage, Huskies on the attack into the offensive zone. Norling stops at the half wall. Norling bounces it back to the blue line. Controlled there by Cotter. Given over to the near side. Shot from on high. That one from Coltis never made it all the way in. Pass, trying to play it forward, does tip it into the Andover zone. He continues to be a thorn in the Huskies' side. They finally collect behind their own net. Cotter moves it up the far side boards. Taken away by Van Tassel. He'll walk into the offensive zone, send a puck to the near side boards. 1:05 to go on the power play as the Huskies bring it up again. Law breaks the blue line from the middle. Hands it back towards Shifsky. He had it taken away from him by Thorson. Thorson over to Shifsky. Shot. That one, Hoylo able to stop with his shins. Didn't seem like he liked it much. Carls bumps this out to neutral. Tipped forward. Thompson giving chase. He can't get it away from Shifsky. Shifsky peeks around Carls and moves into the offensive zone. Shifsky trying to hand it off, does so. This is Law to the front of the net. Off the pads of Fuller, he gets the save. Puck back out to Shifsky. 33 seconds left on the power play. Sent in the corner. Back up to Shifsky. Hands it off. Thorson to the circle. Puck poked away and taken clean. Carls bounces it out and bounces it to the other end. Wister still giving chase. And that forced the puck to come up. Now a shot from the blue line into the tender and able to stop it with his chest. Larson then hands it off to his teammates. 5 seconds left on the power play as they bring it into the offensive zone again. Taken away by the Cougars with control. Everson hands it off. Lost, tipped into the Cougars zone. Centennial back at full strength. This is Wistersill dumping it into the zone. Bartle trying to leave it behind right in front of the crease. Tipped away by the Huskies. They'll play it up the far boards. Cougars dump it right back into the Husky zone. Puck along the near side, Kyle Law. Lemaire knocks it away. Bartle has control for a moment. Hoylo takes over. Hoylo to Lemaire. Playing it up, looking for Bartle. He got a stick on it. Settles it down, leaves it back out. Hoylo forward. And Anderson will leave it in to the Andover zone. A couple of Cougars changing up as the Huskies move it out to neutral ice. Everyone able to touch up? No, offsides is the call. Blair thought he'd held up well enough, but the officials disagree. Offsides called against the Cougars. Not a call we've had a lot of here today. 13:29 remaining in this third period. Even strength hockey now. Cougars survived another Andover power play. The game's still 5-0 in favor of the visiting Huskies. Buck trying to dump it in. It deflected off of a defender and giving chase with Stiller to the near side board. He got ran into hard. He hasn't seen a ton of ice time, but he's going to remember this game tomorrow. Stiller again gets it towards the front, trying a shot. Didn't go for Folkestad. Knocked away. Cougars have it. Blair over to Van Tassel. He has some trouble, then dumps it into the zone. Hoylo gives chase. The defenseman not afraid to charge in, looking for support from behind. Gets it from Korkowski at the blue line. Puck towards the front of the net, trying to settle it down. It's poked away. Hoylo couldn't get the control he wanted right in front. This puck knocked away by Hoylo got into the Andover bench. And that stops the clock with 12:39 remaining here in the third period. Huskies coming in to play a Cougar team that was feeling pretty good, right? A team that had scored 4+ goals in each of their games during the 6-game winning streak. He had New Power coming off a hat trick on Thursday. Everything seemed to be clicking for the Cougars, and they have just been shut down to this point in the game. 12:20 remaining here in the third. Everson behind the net. And this puck moved out to neutral ice, intercepted by Kyle Law. Offsides the call as Andover comes in. So again, no more season after this. Some teams will be playing on Monday, but these two will not. They're wrapping it up today. Centennial will wait for those section brackets to become official for their Thursday games. Off the draw, and there are teams in the section playing on Monday night. So again, it all remains to be seen where everyone will be stacked up. Huskies in neutral ice. Play it down to the near side. They'll move it forward. Shifsky, quick tip, and it's moved into the offensive zone. Handed back, Shifsky has it again. His wrister goes wide. Rebound attempt, net comes off as the puck continues to be sent towards Fuller. We get the stoppage with 11:43 to go in the third period. Face off to the stick side of Fuller. On the draw, nobody really won that. Stuck on the dot, then a shot deflects off a knee and bounces to the near side boards. Bartle stopped behind his own net, gives it to the near side. Puck bounced out to neutral ice, tipped forward by Ramirez. He got rubbed a little bit. Now he charges onto the puck as it was played by the goaltender. Ramirez kept it in the zone with that play. Puck centered back to Ramirez, takes the shot. That one bounced off the defender in front and rises up into the netting. Good job to body up there by Connor D. Wandeler. Tried my best on that one, Connor. Sorry. The sophomore hasn't seen a ton of ice time today or this season. 1 assist is his only point. As Andover has gone deeper into the bench as time has gone on. Ramirez trying to make a play after that draw, unable to get anything going. Now stopped up along the half wall. Thompson knocks it down. Held in at the blue line for a moment. Bartle trying to recover. Now it's carried in by Ramirez. Look to give it off to Bartle, taken away. Popped back out to neutral where Korkowski recovers. Centennial with Korkowski leading, tries to play it forward for Ramirez. Puck stopped at the blue line. Bartle has it, he circles back. Hands it back to Korkowski. Trying to create some space, they'll give it forward. Thompson finally backhands it into the zone. Not the charge they were looking for, but he goes off on a change. Everson pushing hard. Bartle comes up with the puck after that for a moment. Now Everson has it again. Wrister on, and that one stopped up by Larson. Nicely done on the save. 10:27 remaining here in the third period. Parkinson against Lindahl on the draw to the stick side of Larson. Puck one back to the corner. Kyle Law had it for a moment. Parkinson now getting on it. Hoylo trying to keep it in. It pops out. Wister still back. Gains clean control. Over to Van Tassel. Just seems like there are so many black sweaters around for these Cougars when they try to move the puck up ice. This puck lifted into those black sweaters. A whole bench of them on the far side. 10:08 remaining here in the third period. Still a 5-0 lead. Cougars are leading in shots on goal, 24-23. But there has been a scoring drought for both teams. Going back to about 8 minutes remaining in the second. Check that, almost 10 minutes remaining in the second. Parkinson stepped in front of a pass. Hoylo keeps it in. Parkinson, Van Tassel has it. Backhander towards the net. And a pad save made, going down to the knee that time. Larson makes another save. Van Tassel being pushed around. Anderson kicks it to keep it in the zone for a moment. Now it's carried out and dumped ahead. Andover making a change after playing back defensively for some time. Van Tassel has this one intercepted by Shifsky. He stops up. Shifsky still controlling, plays it towards the middle. This one gets out of there and is sent to the other end of the ice. Icing is called on the play. .9:12 remaining here in this third period. Well, nobody has scored that important first goal of the third period that I talked about at the open. And that's a mixed situation for the Cougars. They haven't run into running time, but they have not closed the gap at all. And, you know, strange things have happened, but there is a world of realism where some goals need to be scored before the final couple of minutes if you want some kind of chance. So with 9 minutes left, you'd like to get maybe 2 goals a minute, or 1 goal every 2 minutes, I should say. So that way you can pull the goalie with a minute left and have a chance. That's a semi-realistic timeline. It's not likely, but it could happen. Shifsky into the offensive end, trying to get around the defender. Takes the shot, a save made. Poked it, rebound, goal! Thorson with the score, and it's a 6-0 Husky lead. So Thorson, who's assisted several times today, gets himself on the scoreboard with a goal. For Thorson, that's his 10th of the season. Andover score coming with 8 minutes and 50 seconds remaining here in the third period, and that will start up the running time. Puck sent into the zone. Looked like it might have been deflected by a stick on the bench as Centennial had a stick hanging out and the puck made contact. But that contact doesn't slow us down. And we'll have the draw just outside of the Cougar zone. Off the draw, picked up by Thompson. He charges in with Blair behind. Thompson handed off to Blair, shot, and that one's saved once again by Larson. Nicely done by Larson. That was a flurry right in front. Here a shot into Fuller, who makes the save. And we get a whistle. Clock ticks under 8 minutes remaining here in the third period. And we'll get a stick side draw in front of Fuller momentarily. So Fuller gave one up after coming in and now just gave up his second of the game. Korkowski making moves, trying to get around, and the fluidity of this Husky team, how well they move as a unit, is really impressive to watch. Puck play down to the near side. Korkowski from his own end. Feels surrounded. Blair chasing it into the corner. They were both doing battle with Logan Gravin. Bartle comes the other direction. Backhander and gloving that one. Probably wasn't headed in, but able to snag it clean was Larson. And why not? With the clock moving, there's not much downside to grabbing hold of that and letting time burn while players change, and we set up for a face-off to the glove side of the Huskies goaltender. Here a shot, and that one off the pads, goes to the back boards. Law feeds it forward. Moved out to neutral. Anderson recovers it there. Gives it over to Lemaire. Quick pass up ahead. Ramirez carries into the zone. Ahead to Parkinson. Knocked off his stick. Law gains control on the back boards. Kyle Law trying to feed it forward. Ramirez knocks it back. May from behind his own cage. Pinching in to stop that from getting out was Anderson. Wistersill with a blue line wrister. They get stopped in front. Lemaire charges through neutral ice and breaks the blue line. Lemaire coming in, backhands a centering pass, but nobody up the middle for the Cougars. Coming away with it is Shifsky. He launches it down ice. Wistersill knocks it out of the air. Gets it tapped over from Ramirez, and it's called a hand pass. That's tough. Wistersill doesn't like that call. I mean, he's skating backwards, knocks the puck down flatly, and it's called a pass. I'm not sure I agree with that call. Was played by a teammate after he got a hold of it. It just didn't seem like he guided the puck in any way. Knox setting up. He'll just dump it into the corner. Shifsky gets to it behind the net. 4 goals today for Shifsky. Puck left back to Knox at the blue line. Given over to the near side. This shot bounces around, gets out of play, and we'll have a face-off on the glove side of Fuller. Last goal came about 4 minutes ago of clock time, which is almost 4 minutes ago of real time. On the draw, play back to the blue line and held in there. Puck sent behind the net. Ramirez giving chase. He gives it ahead to Newpower. Passing across, Everson collects. And they'll dump it into the offensive zone. Pass gives chase behind the net. Gets there for a moment. New Power trying to keep it in. Everson helping out. Pass comes on. New Power gets it again. And it's taken away by the Huskies. Hoylo waits. He didn't wait long enough. Carls wasn't able to get back in time. Offsides is called. And the draw will come just outside the Andover zone. Pass against Lindahl. One back by pass. Korkowski charges forward into the offensive zone. Down into the corner. New Power able to hold him into the blue line. Andover behind their own net. This is Law. Law moves it up. Pass just out of the reach of its intended target, but it's still played forward by the Huskies. And move right back out to neutral ice. We get a whistle on the play. Is that another hand pass? So plenty of whistles right now, and with some of these whistles, I'm wondering with the game being decided, the officials just trying to move the clock along. Calling maybe more than they would. Puck played along the near side boards. Korkowski gets it ahead for Bartle. He didn't get there in time. Icing is called, and it goes all the way to the other end. Face-off coming in front of Fuller momentarily. Well, I mentioned these playoffs will begin on Thursday. The girls hockey tournament begins on Tuesday, and we'll have coverage of that. I don't believe everything's sorted out yet, but we will be somewhere on Tuesday, maybe more than one place. Hockey and basketball postseason beginning, as it doesn't feel like winter anymore. Outside, the snow and ice are gone. This puck, icing waved off, and it's batted by Larson around the boards to the far side. Getting a hold of it is Knox. And he'll move it up the boards himself. Knox through neutral, dumps it into the offensive end. He let that go too soon. Icing is called against the Huskies. Puck rolls its way down the ice. Glove side draw in front of Larson, who has 2 shutouts this season, could pick up his 3rd in this regular season finale. Just has to hold on for 90 more seconds. Andover moving it forward thanks to Thorson. He had the latest goal. And back on it for the Cougars, Brendan Hemmer. Hemmer looking for Blair out of his reach, gathered in by Knox. His pass forward out of the reach of everyone. Icing is the call. A draw coming back in front of Will Larson. One minute left in the game. And off the draw. Huskies trying to work it out of the zone. Gone deep into the benches for some of these players on the ice now, guys who don't see a lot of time. Hemmer behind the net, gets a hold of it. Davis Swenson rubbing him off the puck for a moment. Then Hemmer regathers, pushes forward for Parkinson to the middle. Carls to Johnson. It's the other Carls here. Johnson with a shot, and the wrister gloved out of the air by Andover. Will we have another face-off? 16 seconds left, and it continues to move down. Andover getting its new skaters onto the ice. Now Andover getting even more skaters onto the ice, knowing that a draw won't happen. The third period comes to an end. It is a 6-0 win for the Andover Huskies. They snapped the Cougars' 6-game winning streak. Huskies improved to 15-2-1. The Cougars dropped to 13-4-1. I want to thank you all for tuning in this afternoon. For our entire North Metro TV crew, I'm John Adams saying so long from the Centennial Sports Arena, where the visiting Huskies win 6-0 over the Cougars.